Welcome to the HiFi Critics. See you in court. Spotify, the Stockholm, Sweden streaming music behemoth, is embroiled in a lawsuit that claims up to 21% of the 30 million songs on Spotify are unlicensed. Boo, Spotify. Earlier in 2017, Spotify settled a class action lawsuit for $43 million to settle a claim that songwriters and producers were not properly paid their mechanical royalties. I want some mechanical royalties.
That'd be great.
Yeah. Can you explain what a mechanical royalty is and why Spotify can't seem to stay out of the courts? Do you know what a mechanical royalty is?
Yeah.
Okay, because then we'll start with you. Otherwise, we go to
You're assuming I know what it is.
the East Coast
I
liberal.
assume that you're the one that does the most research out of the two of us.
You want to see the screenshots I have?
No, I'm pretty good on that.
Did you know what a mechanical royalty was before?
I knew what a royalty was. I did not
so
know
the answer is no.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I mean,
Simple question.
It was, mechanical royalties are royalties that are specific to anytime a physical version of their music is created, right? Like a pressing of an album, creation of a CD, or something along those lines. So it's the reason it's obviously, in this embattled space is because technically within the digital streaming space there's no mechanical royalty, and because it's a streaming thing that's currently ongoing, it also doesn't go and fall under the umbrella of the what do they call it, the performance royalty, because it's not technically like a radio performance or a tour performance or something like that.
Do you get mechanical royalties for your acting gigs?
No, I just get regular royalties.
Residuals, right?
I get residuals, but they're royalties. But they're just performance royalties.
Just brought everything down to a halt here. Like somebody slammed the brakes in this conversation.
Well, I mean, don't ask dumb questions.
So why can't Spotify seem to stay out of the courts? What's the problem here?
Well, they're on the cutting edge of technology. They're on the cutting edge of all of this, and everyone who's on the cutting edge gets sued every once in a while. All right, people don't know how to handle it. So these artists and everything like this.
It's Uber in the cutting edge?
Uber gets sued because they have a racist and sexist CEO.
I'm just asking. They get sued too, but continue.
Well, first of all, they were the first major app of their kind. So yeah, if we want to talk about cutting edge.
No Pandora? No
You said Uber.
Oh, I thought you were back to Spotify. Sorry.
Yeah, all right. Calm down. I get it. First of all, Pandora also lists itself as a radio. So again, you have your clear items here that you're dealing with performing royalties, right? Because it's a radio. This is a different service. It's a streaming service where the listener, finally, the consumer has control, not the, conglomerate evil empire radio and big music corporations have control. So they're on the cutting edge. They get sued because they're trying to make changes for the consumer.
They're trying to create a better marketplace.
Yeah, they're trying to create a better marketplace.
All right, I think.
Thank you for
I'm not sure what you said there, but I think they get sued because they're a bunch of crooks.
Oh,
right. So I don't know if you guys looked up how much artists get paid, right? So and this number boggled my mind. I honestly don't even know how to pronounce this number, so I need some help from the audience here.
Do you shed a tear?
Yeah, I cried. So,
doubt it.
Outside of the Taylor Swifts, which is a whole different story, and the Def Leppards, which just joined Spotify.
And the
streaming services.
Todd Garcia sound system.
Yeah. For every 1,000 streams, Apple Music being the best service out there that pays the artist
Is
the
it
most.
still in business?
We're going to get to that. For every 1,000 streams, 1,000 suckers have to listen to a song from Todd Garcia's sound system. They get $12.
That's not bad.
So, if you're a nobody, you got to find 1,000 suckers out there.
Or what you do is you go on social media and you tell your fans,
please
"Hey, go
song.
create not just please listen to my song. Create a bunch of accounts, set it on repeat, and just let it play in the background 14 different times."
Now you know why Chris Brown said that.
And LCD sound systems.
They did not say that. Spotify for the same 1,000 plays pays $7.50. So we're already down 40 some odd % there.
because
it's a volume play.
YouTube and other companies pay $1.50 for 1,000 plays.
First of all, the reason that Spotify has to pay less than Apple is because way more people use Spotify than Apple.
I mean, Apple's almost out of business.
Yeah. At this point.
So Spotify's terrible. Free market. People, the millennials, everybody's entitled, right? Back in the day, when we were going to Warden Books to get our CDs and
Warden
cassettes, Warden Books,
Walden Books.
Walmart.
I wasn't even alive when they went out of
Coconuts,
business.
what's the Tower
Sam
record?
Goody.
Sam Goody's record.
Goody.
We were paying.
Goody got him.
We were paying $13.99 for a physical CD. And as we talked before, you like physical things and all that, right? All of a sudden, the market switched. That when you were out there with your iPods and your Zunes, I don't know if you know what a Zune is.
Yes,
Microsoft
I know what a
Zune.
Zune is.
Everything magically became $1.19, right? Years go by, downward pressure, things become 99 cents. There's a free market force out there, invisible or not, I haven't seen it, that's driving, this music down for the consumer. Just like, your books are steady at $9.99 for an ebook and you think they should be cheaper because there's no printing, right? Movies, kind of steady too,
Ebooks
right?
are not steady at $9.99 for the record.
Oh, no,
Ebooks range from
$15
$15 to $25.
$9.99 seems to be the floor.
For maybe if you're
floor.
like reading garbage books, but like most books
The floor. Listen, hear me out here. Movies, unless you're buying a child ticket, kind of stays, right? And even DVDs and Blu-rays, I don't know who's buying those, still like 20-something bucks, right? Yeah, exactly. $24.99 for a 4K Blu-ray. I have no idea what that is. Music, keep pushing down, right? The artists are not making any money on streaming services.
Wow.
They gotta make it now on the... Hey, some of us care about new music. I know you just discovered Journey and new bands. Some of us want new emerging artists out there, right? So we want these bands to have a way to make money. So they gotta make money on the merch. Concert, they get more of the house, more control. They got a little square set up when they're selling their merch. They might not be reporting that money. But, Spotify's always in court because it's shady business, right? You got Chris Brown jackass out there telling his followers, hey, make fake accounts, do this. What is Spotify supposed to do? I'm sure they got fraud technology. They see all these fake accounts. They see the streaming, so they're basically saying, well, that's not real. They're in power. They're the ones that say, well, your song may have played 1.5 million times, but 3/4 of that was Russian bots. Here's your $27. And that's the problem. Spotify, Apple Music, all these guys, Google, whatever the hell it's called, Google Play, YouTube Red, they're in control of everything. There's no transparency. They're allegedly sending everything to the recording industry of America. They send what they want. So yeah, of course they're going to go to court. They're going to go to court.
Like I understand you're reading from your iPad Bible over there.
Yeah, I'm reading from my notes.
You're preaching right now from your iPad Bible. How many people are in the world?
Shit ton. 7 billion? I don't know.
7 billion.
Yeah.
Do you know how easy it is to get 1,000 streams of a song with 7 billion people in the world?
If you have high-speed internet access like we do in the United States and most of the developed world, what about rural parts of China?
I'm sorry. Let's go down. Let's say 4 billion people have access to high-stream internet that they can actually stream these songs.
So what are you debating? That artists, they put out some music out there and the halibut should just come to it and start streaming?
No. I'm saying that obviously there is clearly going to be efforts that need to be made. That's why these great services like Spotify offer the radio plays, offer new
Spotify?
music. Yeah, of course I pay for Spotify.
You pay for Spotify Pro. Do you pay for a music streaming service?
We're going to get to that. We have that as...
But here's the thing, is I understand that it's not a totally fair system, and I do believe that you make a great point from the reporting perspective of these companies that are taking in the data and then sending it out to the industry to pay these royalties. That needs to be clarified if it's not being done so already, which is probably why that's at least one of their lawsuits over the last couple of years.
Lots of lawsuits, yeah.
But when you brought up the wonderful store that was Sam Goody, that you could buy DVDs, CDs, and stuffed animals
Coconuts,
all at the
Sam's
same
Records.
place. Yeah, anything like that.
Peaches in Florida. Great stuff.
It was much harder to get people to go into the brick and mortar to buy those discs.
No, it wasn't. There was no choice.
Well, but
once these Napster idiots came around and LimeWire, whatever it was, once things became digital.
If you didn't like the music, if you weren't trying to figure out a way to listen to the music, right? Like if you only wanted one song on it, you were less likely to go buy a CD.
Single.
Okay, maybe in the 70s you could buy the singles. Like
I could buy CD singles and cassette
no,
singles.
you couldn't.
1997, 1998. I'll find one. I'm going to bring it to you.
Bring it to me, please, because I will.
CD singles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are they like this big?
No, it's normal size. It just burned one song.
Maybe
on
had
there,
like two songs. Yeah, it had an A and a B side.
I got those in 1994.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some here. I'll break them out for the next episode.
Fine, I would like to see that.
So, go ahead.
All I'm saying is that with the streaming service, it makes it easier for people to consume and consume songs that, like Taylor Swift's 88% garbage music that she plays.
That's judging.
People are still listening to those songs. She's going to get paid on those songs, even though they're garbage, because it makes it easier to listen to. She was part of the
lawsuit too, and she actually pulled her music out of the streaming services because she was not happy with the deal she was getting. But I want to actually hit upon. I'm going to come in with a Korean missile at you right now.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Okay.
You keep going that it makes it easier for the customer, which is what the free market allegedly, supposedly, right? The customer's there, and the market will bear the price pressure and all this BS that Adam Smith said, right? So you're making it easier for the customer to get all their crappy songs, right? Your Taylor Swift, your Haim Sisters, whatever that band, Haim Band, whatever that is. Fall Out Boy, more garbage.
Yeah.
Gonna be at Wrigley soon.
yeah. Rose strike there. But you're making it easier for the customer. But it's also easier for the artist, right? Because now they can go to SoundCloud, put crap on YouTube. There's been many artists that have been discovered that way.
There you go. You're just proving my point.
But at some point, it's great to make it easy to get discovered. But at some point, I want to get paid, as AC Slater likes to say. And I think that's where the problem is. Nothing's making it easier right now to cut for the bands to get what they're worth. So unless you're a mega act.
The question is, why are they in court? And the reason is because they're on the cutting edge. It hasn't been decided how to effectively manage all of this new technology and new experiences.
So the courts need to decide for us the free market. I'm in the cutting edge. I develop a cure for cancer.
No, I don't
know how to deploy it.
Listen, man. Lobsters, when they grow out of their shell, they have to split the shell and shed and grow. But it hurts when you're splitting out of that shell, okay? And there's a little bit of a danger zone when you're that soft, squishy before you get that new shell. We are in the soft, squishy phase of music right now. And
a streaming service.
Perfectly.
Most music.
Yeah, all right. Fine. LCD Sound System maybe is okay because they're happy with not making any money.
They make lots of money.
Well, I'm really surprised at your position because I thought you were the champion of the artist.
As an artist himself,
I thought you would want the artist to get their payola from Apple Music because they're paying $12.
True artists don't care about the cash; they care about the art.
This is something completely different than what we heard in the past. Wow. Someone else is playing a character on this show.
I'm not playing a character. Positions change.
So next time I go to Talia Hall, I'm going to boo them and be like, hey, you're selling out. Go Husker in the corner over there on, go to Halston.
See, you know what?
Take the words,
tie them into whatever bow you want.
You don't care about money. Yeah, I'm sure there's some, you know what? The artists that don't care about money, you don't know who they are. That's the answer right there.
Okay.
All right, well,
that's fair.
My answer is that Spotify is facing these headwinds because this is a result of decades of the labels being the bad boys. Right? They were screwing over the artists for a long time. They were taking, Buddy Guy is a very famous episode or a situation where he basically got paid nothing for a long period of time.
Most blues musicians
got taken advantage of. And so what happened is this is the pendulum swinging too far to the other way. There's these mechanical royalties, all this stuff. The technology has surpassed what the legal situation or the law is, and so there's a big court case coming up. They're trying to pass a new thing, and we'll talk about this on a future episode. Did you read about this?
There's a lot of lawsuits. I learned.
No, not a lawsuit, but
about changing the royalty system.
Yeah, exactly. So that'll be kind of interesting. Yeah. We'll delve into that in the next one. So let's go to the exit question here. So if you subscribe to a music service like Spotify, Pandora, or YouTube Red, because those are the three biggest, nobody else even exists, will you cancel your subscription in solidarity with the artists? And now that we've heard people's positions, I think we know where this is going to fall. Who all too often are taken advantage of by the modern day robber barons. You know what I'm referring to there?
Yes, I know. I'm not like I know
sure?
what a robber baron is.
Wait, are you a
Name
millennial?
One.
Okay, that's fair. I know what the definition is.
All right, Sheriff Clark, who would you pick? What do you subscribe? You said
I do
Spotify,
subscribe, and I'm not going to unsubscribe.
Because you don't care about the artist.
No, it's not that I don't care about the artist.
Sounds like it.
You're manipulating my words here.
What do you care about? Not the artist.
I care right now.
We'll see that for
I'm
future
trying,
episodes.
to be honest with you, I'm trying to figure out that right now. So let's ask me in a later episode. I don't know what I care about right now, but
that's obvious.
I'm not going to unsubscribe. But there's also opportunities within Spotify to buy tickets. I buy tickets for shows. I buy when I like a record or I like a CD a lot and I want a physical copy of it. I buy records. Okay.
Records, yeah, CDs. Who's buying those?
I have a CD player.
Who's buying cassettes?
Yeah. So I will still support the artist directly if I really like their music, because I don't always want to listen to it on Spotify.
Okay, so your position is that you're going to use your streaming service like a music discovery service.
Exactly.
Even though you're always listening to the same garbage you always listen to.
First of all, I've actually changed the way that I listen on Spotify. I'm not listening to the same garbage.
Because of
that I
this
was
discussion
listening
that we...
I was educated early on that radio is the
I
greatest
have
discovery.
sent you links to discover new music.
Yeah, your links make me cringe. Like, you send me, like...
You gotta get uncomfortable.
Yeah,
to find the
yeah, you're right. You know what?
Great art makes you uncomfortable.
The lobster scenario again. I'm growing out of my shell.
Okay, you're not canceling.
You know, it's interesting.
Which one are you subscribed to? How many are you subscribed to?
I'm only subscribed to Apple Music. That could pretend.
It's not. Is that even a thing still?
It could probably buy all the other service, shut down the servers, and laugh at everybody else. That's how much money there is at Apple and Apple Music.
Yeah, well, they support Trump because he changed the law so that they can bring all their money back.
Great.
Because they're a cash grab
Not
machine.
Like Justin Timberlake, bringing the money back.
Yeah, so I will not be canceling my subscription
Whoa,
service.
that's definitive.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I listen to music and stream. I will have other issues that I will save for another episode here. However, I consume music in many ways, right? Be it vinyl records.
Humble brag time.
Yeah,
Vinyl
seriously.
records. That comes with a download code that I sometimes, cash in and get the music. So I own music.
Did
I'm
you
not
write
just-
this list
I'm
out?
You
not
actually don't own
renting.
it. You own a license to it.
Yeah, I mean, I own MP3 files. I set up my hard drive and get uploaded.
You
or-
steal them.
Yes.
No, with the vinyl download card.
Yeah, but
You tell me you
own it.
don't torrent anything?
This
I
gets
do
to the
not-
licensing
I
part
do
of it.
not torrent music.
You don't torrent
I-
music.
We have a message that talks about you torrenting something.
I do not.
I think you put it on Twitter last night.
I do not torrent music. I asked if somebody could help me torrent something, but I do not personally myself. I own records, and so
Technicality.
I think technically, the price of
So
vinyl
you don't
records.
sell on the black market, but you
No.
consume goods
I
from the
think
black market?
the price of vinyl records could come down to. I think it's a bit of a ripoff. I do buy merch at shows, and I go. Some live music equals success out there. So I contribute to these bands in many ways. I want success. I want lots of media out there.
All right, so we're in agreement.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yes, and the correct answer is I won't be canceling my YouTube Red subscription. I don't. Well, I feel like I'm helping to pay the artist by doing that, even though
3
they
cents
might
at
be
a time.
getting ripped off.
3 cents at a time.
Yeah, but that's okay. And
Get 1 million views, you got a lot of money.
yeah, it's a really easy way of consuming music, especially even if you own it on record and then you're remote and you want to stream some stuff.
One
so
of our favorite Russians watches all of his music on YouTube.
Is Napster still in business?
No.
Yes, owned by a real.
They're in
It's been
business?
it's been sucked into real media, whatever it's called, Rhapsody.
Wow.
It's sucked into Rhapsody.
Yeah, we need more Napsters out there to help us.
Free music.
Let's say trial music. Try before you buy.
Yeah, well, then
That's
you
what
don't
I'm
have to-
doing.
Yeah, you don't have
That's
to pay
what I'm
for
doing.
it.
No, but you're paying for it
You're
on
leasing
Spotify.
music.
Yeah, I'm leasing music before I buy. It's just
Millennials.
I'm a renter right
Avocado
now, and
toast.
I'll eventually buy.
Stop eating your avocado toast, and maybe you can own music.
Hey, you want to know what I can't eat? Is avocado toast because I'm gluten free.
All right.
On that note, thank you to
Yeah.
Lucas-
We forgot to
Lucas
thank.
Appliances.
That was on purpose.
I'm sure in their days they didn't have to worry about mechanical royalty.
We'll get to that in another episode. Tweet at us using our handle HiFi Critics or the hashtag SplashList. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to automatically be updated when a new episode is released.